guess what I just did? Shut my rod tip in the door. But it didn't break, so there's that. But at any rate, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Super Clean. So this company had recently reached out to me asking if I would like to try their product. They said they'd seen some of my videos and thought it would be something that I could use, and I thought, I've seen this in AutoZone, and I've seen tournament anglers with a Super Clean logo on their jerseys. I always thought that it was for cleaning boats or wheels. I don't have a boat. I fish from the bank. And have you seen my wheels? Are you trying to say something? But they told me to check their website out because I don't have a boat, so I didn't know why I would need it. But I checked their website out and their social media also, and there was a tournament angler on there that said he uses his for cleaning cork handles on his fishing rods, which, if it works for cork handles, 1,000 times yes, send it to me yesterday. I am very meticulous and almost to the point of being anal about cleaning my fishing gear, except for my cork. Cork is my favorite material for a handle. I have never been able to find anything to clean it with. Most companies, they say don't use their stuff on porous materials because it'll eat away at it, and if they do say yeah, it's okay for it, it ends up eating away at it. So if this stuff will work like they say it will on cork, then I want to try it out. I thought they were just going to send me a bottle of their regular cleaner, but they actually ended up sending me like everything they make. So they make floor absorbent if you've got an oil leak or your tranny fluid is leaking or whatever, floor absorbent. They've got all wheel cleaner, not just to have your wheels look nice and shiny, but you got to get that brake dust off of there. And then these two things are basically the same, it's just one is aerosol and one is spray bottle. They say the aerosol is good for vertical surfaces, makes it easier than the spray bottle. We're just gonna test out this today on the cork handle, but they sent me, it works on a ton of stuff. It's not just for cork, it's not just for boats like I thought it was. It works on barbecue grills, lawnmowers, tractors, chainsaws, farm equipment, auto parts, inboard, outboard engines, fiberglass decks, tackle boxes. I didn't see that before. Have you seen my tackle box? I've been using the same one since I was 5. It's 32 years old. My mom yesterday offered me a new one because mine is disgusting and embarrassing to look at. But maybe in the future we'll try that on a 32-year-old Plano plastic tackle box. But for today we're going to try the regular Super Clean, and they sent me literature on how to use it. It's also on their website, superclean.com. Each of those surfaces requires a different ratio of water to Super Clean. So they said to try it out on a small area first, and the tournament angler that mentioned using it for his cork said that, I think he said he was using 1:8 ratio, 1 part Super Clean and 8 parts water, but I think that's a little stronger than what it suggests. So I'm going to play it on the safe side, and I've already got mine mixed up. I used 16 parts water to 1 part Super Clean, and this is just a cheap $1 spray bottle that already has the dilution markings on it. So I used 16 ounces of water and 1 ounce of Super Clean. So now if you're gonna send me stuff to test out, I'm going to test it hardcore. And the only reason I agreed to do this was because they wanted an honest, unbiased opinion, and that's something that I can respect. There's so many companies that want to buy reviews, and I'm not into that, and this company isn't either. So that's why I said yes to them. And this is disgusting, so I kind of needed to do something with it anyway. But I want to put it to a true test. I grabbed the nastiest one I could get of mine. This is 15 years old. I used it probably 7-8 years, anywhere from 2 to 4 days a week for 7 or 8 years. It's got the natural oils from my hands. It's got fish slime. It's got moss. It's got cut bait, where I was catching the bait with this and catfishing with another one. It's got cut bait on there. It's got worm poop. It's nasty. It's embedded with filth. It is not sanitary whatsoever. So that's the nastiest one I could find. So if it's gonna work, I don't know. If it'll work on something this nasty, then I'll be impressed. So to make it where we can actually see the difference, I'm gonna start out by doing just one side of it. So I'm gonna take that up as high as it'll go, and I'll wrap it in plastic. This is pretty high-end plastic. You can get it on your water, case of water, for free. Well, I should have doubled that up first. Alright, I'm going to put this out of the way so that doesn't get sprayed. Handy dandy cloth. They say to spray this on here, let it set for 1 minute, and then rinse it with cold water. And when you mix your solution up, cold water is best, is what they say. So we're going to spray this away from the camera. See how disgusting that's almost embarrassing to show you. Woo! Let's try a little mist action. Alright, so 1 minute, we'll let that set. Okay, if you have not heard, I am starting a separate YouTube channel, Jesse's Farm Art. I started it not to make a bunch of videos, just to periodically show you my Jesse's Farm Art and custom leather, my behind the bench leather and my wingbone turkey calls. And then somewhere down the line I started making fishing and hunting and product reviews, and it's kind of all over the place and needs to be separated. So I'm going to be starting a separate channel for just outdoorsy stuff and product reviews, outdoor products. And I'll talk about that more here in a second. It's been 1 minute. Oh. This first time I've turned the hose on, it was a little rusty in there. And they did say that if you start out with a lower ratio like I did, you may have to do it a couple of times. That may be why that guy used a 1:8. Where I used 1:16. So wow. Huh. Well, I think we're gonna need to do it again since I used such a low ratio. However, maybe not. Can you see the bottom of that is like new, brand new. There's still some areas where it's a little darker still, but it's like brand new. That's actually pretty impressive. But I think I'm gonna hit it another time or so, see if it'll get the rest of that off of there. Maybe I should have started with the 1:8 like that guy did, but I was kind of scared because this is one of my favorite rods. It's not chipping away like the other solutions, other brands do. All right, I'm gonna hit this one more time. Look at that. It's like brand new on the bottom. That's crazy. But on the other channel, they asked me to review this one time, but if I'm gonna do it, I might as well bring you guys along anyway. I'm going to try this. I really love vintage fishing gear. If you follow me at all, you probably know that, but I get reels that have 50 years worth of grease. The reels won't work because they're so caked with grease. Nobody took care of them, and soap and water works for that, but some of those are so built up with grease that it might take a couple days for it to soak. So I'm gonna try this stuff and see if it'll work its magic faster, but that'll be on the other channel if I do that, but it won't be today. Today we're just doing this. So one more minute. I'm gonna wipe that off my hands. They do suggest wearing rubber gloves if your skin is sensitive. I'm not super sensitive, so I'm not gonna worry about it. On the other channel, I'm gonna do the reels, but also maybe the tackle box, because my tackle box is absolutely, it's more disgusting than this. But it says it works on woodwork, vinyl, tile floors, stainless steel, carpets, porcelain. There's like a whole ton of stuff for like outdoorsy people like us, and also indoor. Who wants to? I don't like cleaning the house. Give me the outdoor stuff. I'll clean that all day. All right, time for the water. Another important point to make is they said do not let this dry on the surface. Whatever surface you're using it on, don't let it dry on there. You need to leave it on there for a minute and then rinse it. I'm gonna step over here so we don't get the water, get the camera. Wow. Well, I will give you my honest to goodness opinion. I chose the worst possible scenario to test this out, and there's still some areas that are kind of dark, but I chose the worst scenario, and I went with the lightest ratio. Maybe if I went with the 8-to-1, it probably would have worked a lot faster, but that's pretty stinking impressive. I mean, there's some dark spots in there, but that's 15 years of nastiness. 15 years of river water and worm poop and fish slime. Yeah. Look at the difference. That's what I have not touched, and this is what I have. So I think if I hit these darker spots a couple more times, it'll probably make it all look like this, because this was just as bad as this. But there you have it. That's actually quite impressive, and the other brands that claim that they'll clean Cork, they'll clean it, but it like automatically in your hands starts like crumbling. So that's actually pretty impressive. I'm trying to find something like playing the devil's advocate, but there's nothing negative I can say about it. So there it is. I'll go ahead and do a couple more, or at least one more spray of this to see if I can get all of that nastiness to look brand new like the rest of it does. Well, it's actually starting to wipe off. Maybe I'm just not being patient enough. Well, I don't want you guys to have to sit here while I'm being anal about it, but I'll hit that a couple more times maybe and show you the end result, so you don't have to sit here forever. But that's pretty impressive to me. So if you're needing to clean Cork handles super clean, I haven't tested the other stuff out, but I mean, if it works as well as this stuff on Cork, then I don't see why it wouldn't work on the other surfaces like it says it will. But I'll put a link in the description if you would like to try it yourself, and in the future I'll do a video showing it dissolves grease super easy, super fast. So I'll do another video on the other channel showing how well or not, or how fast it works on maintaining and servicing your reels, and another one maybe on my tackle box, because it's disgusting and needs to be cleaned anyway. But there you have it. At any rate, I've got a new rod and reel in the mail, so I'm going to be doing a review on that also. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the new channel, and I will see you next time. Before, after spraying it with 16 parts water, 1 part super clean 4 times.